What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another Roblox Studio tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to be adding on to my inventory / data saving system to make a shopping system. And of course, as always, I will leave this system in the description along with the data saving system and the inventory system. But I'm also going to highly recommend that you do stick around to watch this video just so you can kind of understand how everything works, and also so you can learn to continue your development journey. Now, with all that being said, let's get into this tutorial. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna want to do is I made this GUI. Well, obviously I had this GUI in like the inventory system and the data saving system, but I've added onto it for this video. So this exact GUI that I have right now will be linked in the description. And also all this inventory stuff, this data saving stuff, that's all from the previous videos. So if you have not watched those, then I'd recommend that you go watch them. But if you don't want to watch them, this stuff will be in the description, like I said in the intro. But the one thing that I actually do recommend you get from the description is going to be this GUI here. So it will come like this. It'll probably be in workspace. It's going to be called main GUI. Just drag this into the starter GUI right here. Then if you are like using the other inventory system, this inventory client might be inside another GUI. That's fine. Just take it and drag it into this main GUI right here. And if there was another GUI, just delete that. And then we're going to take this inventory template and this shop template, and then we'll drag them right inside the inventory client. All right. So what we're going to do now is inside this data saving script, is since we have this add item event in replicated storage, inside this data saving script, we're going to reference replicated storage equal to game get servers replicated storage. Then we're going to get the add item event, the replicated storage, wait for child, add item. Let's go all the way down to the bottom of the script, and let's say add item event, the on server event connect function. Then we're going to get the player, the item, and the amount. Then we'll say if not player.inventory find first child, and we'll say the item.name. Then say local item or local new instance, local the instance.new int value, and new instance.parent will be equal to the player.inventory. New instance.name will be equal to item.name. Or actually, this is just going to be sent through as the item name, so we don't even have to, it wouldn't be the item.name. It would just rename that parameter to item name and then change this all up to item name. Okay, so yeah, new instance name, item name, and then new instance dot value will be equal to amount or 1. And then else we'll say new instance, or whoops, new instance, or no, it wouldn't be new instance. It would be the player.inventory find first child item name dot value plus equals amount or 1. All right, so this is our little add item event thing, and nice. So now I'm gonna add another event in replicated storage. We're gonna call this money event. This is how we're gonna update our money on the server. So local money event will be equal to replicated storage wait for child money. Then scroll back down to the bottom. You can say money event on server event connect function, and then player and the amount. And then what we can do is we can just say player dot leader stats dot money dot value plus equals to amount. Nice. And now what I'm gonna do is inside the replicated storage, I'm gonna make a module script, and I'll just call this shop items, and we'll have it return a table. So inside this table is going to be the items that are going to go into the shop. Now I want there to be a sword in the shop, and all we're going to do is we're just going to set this equal to the price that we want it to have. So I want it to be 100. So we're going to have a sword, and we're going to have a like like a pistol maybe, and this will be 250. Then we'll have like a rifle, and this will be 500. There. Okay, so now let's go inside this inventory client script, and since it's not only going to be used for the inventory now, I'm going to rename it to be like, I'll just rename this to be like main client. And what we can do is we'll get the money event, and this will be equal to replicated storage paper child money. And then we're also going to get this shop items module. So local shop items will be equal to require, then replicated storage wait for child shop items. Okay, so after we get the shop items, let's get the shop button equal to GUI.shop, and then we'll get the shop frame. This will be equal to the GUI.shop frame. Then we'll get the local shop container to GUI. It'll be shop frame.container. Then local shop close will be equal to shop frame.close. And what we can do is we'll say when the shop button gets activated, so shop button.activate connect function, and then the shop frame dot visible will be equal to true, and then shop frame dot visible will be equal to not shop frame dot visible. And if shop frame dot visible is equal to true, then equal to true, then we're going to make a function, but also let's make the inventory frame dot visible equal to false, and we'll do the same thing in the inventory. We'll make the shop visible equal to false. And before we make the opening the shop function, we'll do one more for the shop close. So shop close dot activated connect function, and this will just set the shop frame dot visible equal to false. Okay, now let's make a function open shop, and we can copy this from the open inventory function, but just change this to shop container. And then what we'll do is we'll say for underscore comma item in pairs, then shop items do. We need the for item name comma price, actually, yeah. And we will say local template. We go to script.shop template and clone template.parent will be equal to the shop container. The template.name will be equal to the item name, item name. Template.item name dot text will be equal to the item name as well. And the template.price.text will be equal to, we'll do a little dollar sign, then dot, and we'll say the price. Then template dot, we'll say the layout order will also be equal to the price. And then we'll do template dot purchase dot activated. We'll connect that to a function. And when it gets activated, what we'll do is we'll check if the player dot leader stats dot money is greater than or equal to the price, then money event colon fire server, and then we'll do the negative price. And we'll also add item event fire server with the item name. And yeah, so now actually this should work. So if I join the game right now and I click on the shop to open it, nothing happens. Let me see what I did wrong. Okay, I'm incredibly smart. I forgot to call the open shop function when we set the shop frame visible to true. All right, now if we test, the shop should be full of items. All right, nice. So if I actually no, I have to go to the server, then I can click on leader stats. Let me just give myself like $1 billion trillion real quick. And if I click on the shop and I buy the sword, we have an error here. Oh, I didn't get the money dot value. All right, my bad. So right here in this open shop function, let's say money dot value. And now this will work. But actually, I think I want to have like a purchase sound. So I'm going to go over to the toolbox. I'll just find like a purchase sound. I don't know. All right, I think I like that sound. So I'll just put this inside the script. I can call it, I'll just call it buy, I guess. I'll set the volume equal to 1. Then let's go inside the main client and I will reference this sound. I'll say local buy sound equal to script dot buy. And then when we add the item to the server, or when we call the add item event, then I'll say buy sound, call and play. All right, nice. So now if I test, we can see obviously my money saved from the data saving system. And then if I come to the shop here, I want to buy the sword. Nice. I want to buy this pistol. I want to buy this rifle. So if I go inside my inventory, I should see all 3 of the things. Nice. The sword, pistol, and the rifle. And also 2 test things from when I was testing. All right. So that is actually going to do it for this video. I mean, obviously, if you guys want me to add on to this system, then drop a comment. Let me know what you would like to see. Or also just drop a comment if you have any other things to say, any other tutorials that you'd like to see, any ideas that you got. And if you could like and subscribe, that would mean the absolute world to me. And yeah, that'll do it for this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.